Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jesse. In this video, I'm sharing my top go-to photo shoot locations in Los Angeles. Now, what makes these my go-to locations? It's simple. It's the parking, it's the accessibility. You can actually shoot here. You're allowed without permits, and there's not a ton of people depending on, I guess, what season you go, or I would recommend mainly staying on the weekdays. But if you go on a weekend, it's not a big deal. There's just a couple extra people there. So let's jump into this list with location number one. And this is the row in downtown Los Angeles. I've used this a bunch of times. It was formerly the American Apparel Factory. There are a bunch of rows of buildings. That's why I think they call it the row. There's not really a bad time to shoot for lighting. The parking structure is really cool. There's lots of different shadows you can use. Definitely something to check out if you're in LA and you need a place to shoot. Location number two is LACMA. When I've set up shoots here, they'll think like the LA Life. It's an Instagram worthy spot, and it is a popular thing. If you're not from here, maybe go check it out. Lots of people love it. I'm not discounting it, it's great. But directly behind the museum, there is a levitating mass art installation. It's just a big rock levitating over a cement ramp. And what I love about this location is it's very minimalistic. And there are lots of ways to use this location. There's lots of leading lines. If one shot that I love to get is having the row of palm trees kind of stick right on the top of the cement. I think that's a great shot to show that you're in California and there's not a lot of distractions. It's a very, like I said, minimalist location. And parking is super simple. I would suggest parking on 6th Street. On the north side of the street, it is free. And on the south side, it's just a parking meter. Moving on to location number three. This is Melrose Avenue between La Cienega to La Brea. And I know that's a big stretch of street, but you'll thank me for this later. There is something for everybody. There's lots of colorful murals, there's lots of textures. This is famous, I think, on Instagram for that big pink wall. I've shot there for one shoot actually. And one thing that I found out, for those of you that are pro photographers or using pro gear or just a DSLR or mirrorless camera, you're not actually allowed to go into the parking lot. So I would advise you to use a long lens or something. You can stand on the sidewalk and you can have your model in the parking lot, and that's the way we got around it. The security guard will tell you that, and that's what he told us, so that's what we did. But outside of that, there's lots of different walls. I discovered this location because I joined a gym on La Cienega and Melrose, and every day I would drive back and forth and just be like, oh, I've got to shoot there, I got to shoot there. So there is lots of options. I would suggest just taking a drive from one end to the other and then pick out your favorite ones and kind of work around that area. And my final go-to location, this is more of a nature location. It is Point Dume in Malibu. It is a pretty long drive. It's about an hour up the coast, but you can't go wrong, it's beautiful. But go into the parking lot, definitely pay for parking because it is a long stretch of beach. But if you go to the very end of the parking lot, there's a cliff. And if you walk to the right of that cliff, then there is a sheltered beach. So in this beach, it's like almost a private beach. You can go in there and not a lot of people either know about it or want to do that little climb over the rocks. So most of the time you have the entire thing to yourself. There's lots of cool rocks that you can shoot in. You can go in the water, you can work in the sand. There's lots of options. And if you want, you can even climb up to the top and get a beautiful view of the Malibu landscape from high up. It's really cool. It's really easy to get to. Parking, I think, is $10. Might be more, but just read the signs. It's super simple to get to and very beautiful. And that is my list of top 4 go-to locations in LA. There are so many places to shoot here. I just wanted to start off by sharing these ones. I will make more location videos in the future. I think for me, sharing these locations is huge because you know, people hit me up on Instagram all the time asking for locations. I ask people for locations. We're all in this together and we're here to kind of build each other up. I only had one person actually not tell me where a location was, and I thought it was kind of weird because you're gonna make something completely different than I made. The example photos are just my work. You know, I'd love to see what it is that you're making. If you end up going to one of these locations and post something on Instagram, please tag me. The photography community is just that, a community. We should share ideas, we should share locations, share lighting tips. I'm here for you, and hopefully you're here for me. So if you like photography and want to see some more videos, hit that subscribe button. If you like saving time, hit that like button. But I will see you in the next video.